First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Second and 10. To throw is Prescott. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Jake Ferguson was the intended target. Now it's going to be third down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
On third down, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
For the Cowboys field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will take a 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Okay, ready? Go! On the ground, here's the one-time Seminole. Inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Commanders. That's his third rushing touchdown of the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Cavante Turpin on the return. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Yeah! Here we go, 40! 26!
Travis start on the ground. Finding room across midfield. Down the sideline. Inside the 25. And he will go all the way. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Cowboys. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. Oh, do you believe it? It's no good. That is his first extra point miss of the season. So now, after the touchdown. Out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Hurt. 60 vices. Let's go.
To throw is Daniels. He's found his receiver, Butte. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Yes, it's really well executed here, and you see this in so many offenses around the league, Mike. These slant routes are either built in or what they call hot routes or sight routes. The receiver sees the blitz, and they break their route off. It gives an easy target for the quarterback, and it gives great opportunity for run after catch.
Ready. Gotta be lying. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Now it's the Arizona product that is Ja'Cory Merritt. They get this to about midfield. DeMario Overshown there on the tackle. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Now he'll run it. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 6.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Play action. Here's Daniels. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Jalen Lane. Touchdown, Washington. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will up the lead to 5.
Commanders 14, Cowboys 9. Then Gay to kick off for
So after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
at their own 25-yard line.
Dak can throw it here on 1st down. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working from the shotgun. He'll hand this one off. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Yeah!
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
That is fielded at the 13. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay, break.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Mozzie Smith, the former first-round pick, makes the play.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd down and 9.
Ready? Press all 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18, 5 in.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Commanders with the early lead. We're back to Arlington in a moment.
Ready up.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Go. Go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll look. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the 1st down.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
90 Lions.
The motion man here is McClure. On the toss, they'll run. Finding space inside the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Commanders' 25-yard line. That one's good for 29.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Come on. Come on. Set.
They'll stick with him again. Oh, he is deep. We hit on that one. Picked up. Thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled back at the 28.
It is 3rd and long.
Let's go. Panther 11. Panther 11. Cougar 19.
From the shotgun on 3rd down. Daniels. He's got it inside the 5. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
1st and goal, Washington.
Check. Check. Get up. 70 Timberwolves. Hurt. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Get up.
Rodriguez. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back
something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal.
Here we go. Set. Let go.
Here's Daniels. That is caught, and he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane, and now it's 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. And
good blocking, and he's in. Ben Sinnott, touchdown Commanders.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First down, Prescott. Pushed out to his left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be taken down at the 30. It's first down, and they'll run. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Big Johnny Newton there for the stop.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dallas. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys have cut the deficit to 5.
Cowboys 16.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now a hit, and he lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. Escaping to his left. And he will score. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have the play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6.
On the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. On first and 10, Prescott. A throw right side is intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it's really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete. So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest game.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. On fourth down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It all comes back to the turnover, and that's why this is such a critical emphasis for all teams in these situations, Mike. So you're trying to steal some points before the half on offense, but now you end up giving the ball back to your opponent, giving them an opportunity to come away with some points of their own.
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Turpin. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Prescott on first down. This one caught by Waller. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Commanders will have great field position right around midfield.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Marquise Bell up to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Throwing is Daniel. Has caught. That's Wayne. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Washington.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Say, hey! Go!
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
70 Lions.
The motion man here is McClure. On play action. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Dragon 60, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Sinnott, the man in motion. 3rd and long, and here's Daniels. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And I think he was able to get it back. Yes, he was. That was so nearly the turnover the defense needed. They couldn't get it in time. The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
They'll go. Here's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McClure. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Commanders.
Don't turn and hand this one off. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
There's always a question about these first-round picks, Mike. How fast do they adjust to the NFL level following their success in college? And we can see flashes here. They think they've got themselves a future star in the making. We got a great example of it in this play.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Cowboys have it.
Something these running back coaches coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Second down and 3.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Yeah, here we go.
On third down, Prescott. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
Ready, set. Have the 60, have the 60. Go.
Now a give on the ground. Has an opening. Past the 40. Down the sideline. Inside the 25. And he will dive into the end zone. 74 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. A first down throw for Prescott. Going for it all. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards.
Cowboys, first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And showing the quick feet there as he gets forward for a pickup of 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd and 7. Throwing is Prescott. Now screen set up for Blue. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mikey Sainristil. Good for a quick 1st down.
At the 17-yard line.
Ready? Pat the 60, pat the 60. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
On the set.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Daniels now going to look to throw. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down. When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That one's down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just...
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Frankie Louvu bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Gonna need a big play now. Third down and long.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
They send the tight end in motion. Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
It's now third and goal.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
The RPO, that one is complete. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. The Commanders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Cowboys 23. Matt Gay to kick off for Washington.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Flowers now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, here we go.
Dak can throw it here on first down. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers.
Number 27. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Here's second and 2.
Then we're going to 53. Yeah, here we go. Wide 80. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Prescott on third and 2. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's going to have a Cowboys first down. As this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on fourth down. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They get the victory.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. The Pick Your Me Click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time now. About that time. Turn this thing on out. Now let me see everybody do this. Hey, let's go. Snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, then rock with it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Go drop with it. Do a step with it. Put your hips with it. All my ladies, let me see you put a twist with it. You can't do it like me. I'm by myself. I do it so good. I don't need nobody else. What's happening? What's up? Got that vibe up. What's happening? What's up? Got that in my cup. I can't think. I'm to go. Don't know how the hell I'm getting home. Hey, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, straight from the back, posted in the act. Got to hit the club, we've been mobbing all day. On some Dino, VIP stats. Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Snapping their fingers, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move. Where I'm from, we like to go dumb. I'm soaking up the game, I'm seeing how it's done. I ain't shorty what they call it. She said the pool palace, straight from Bankhead. I said you're good at it. Do what you do, you and your crew. They even got players and thugs doing it too. The more that the more it's looking smooth.